Hello and welcome to the show. I'm Patrick, and on this episode I'm going to be making one of my favourite meals at the moment. You know what time it is. Hello and welcome to Weighintime. I'm Patrick, and on this episode I'm going to be making one of my favourite meals at the moment. But of course, before that, it is the Sunday weigh-in, so drop your gains, your losses, your tips and your tricks into the comment section below. And by the way, drink some water. This is your water reminder. Before I get started with the recipe, I'd like to let you know about my Patreon. It's patreon.com/weighintime. If you'd like to support the videos that I make, then please check it out. Patreon.com/weighintime. Or you can have a look in the description below. The recipe that I'm going to be making for you is the Pepsi Max Ginger Chicken out of this. Now, all you need is actually 330 millilitres of Pepsi Max Ginger for this, which is pretty much just a can. You can, in fact, use just standard Pepsi Max. You can also use Diet Coke, and you can use Fanta Zero. Now, I've used Diet Coke, I've used Pepsi Max Ginger, obviously. I will say that if you're making this, it's probably a better idea to use the Pepsi Max or Pepsi Max Ginger, just because it is slightly sweeter than Diet Coke. I haven't actually made it with Fanta, but if you have, let me know in the comment section below and let me know how it gets on. Also, I wanted to say a massive thank you to the Pinch of Nom website. Now, this isn't endorsed or sponsored or anything like this. Now, this recipe, the Pepsi Max Chicken, is available in lots of different places. However, the Pinch of Nom website, if you've never been on it, maybe you've just started Slimming World, it is fantastic. It's this one here. I've been using it for such a long time. It's very easy and laid out really well, and it looks fancy, So have a little look at it. You can have a look at this exact recipe or close to it on the Pinch of Nom website, which is linked in the description below. And also, if you are on Slimming World or if you're just starting, have a little look at it, because I guarantee anyone who's on Slimming World has been on this website and had a look at them. And it's great if you're struggling for things to do, so have a little look at it. And now we're going to start with the recipe. For this recipe, you are going to need some baby corn. You're also going to need some peppers. I have got some red and some yellow and also some green peppers. I think green peppers are quite important in this because they're a little bit more bitter than normal peppers. So as a result, this is quite a sweet dish. They actually work really well. You're also going to need some red onion, and you're going to need some garlic and ginger. Now, obviously, if you have watched one of my recipes videos before, you will know that I'm lazy and I actually use frozen. But obviously, if you'd like to, you can use fresh garlic and fresh ginger. Some other things that you'll need, obviously, you're going to need 330 millilitres of Pepsi Max Ginger. You will also need vinegar, but not your normal chip shop stuff. You'll need either balsamic, maybe rice vinegar, red wine vinegar, anything like that. One of my favourite ingredients in all recipes is Worcestershire sauce, because I just love it. And this I actually won in a raffle at my group, and it's still going strong. I've still got a little bit left. So you need some Worcestershire sauce. And if you want anything to taste like traditional Chinese food, you are going to need this Chinese 5-spice, and of course some soy sauce, tomato puree, salt, preferably ground sea salt. This is sea salt, I think, or rock salt, but it does make all of the flavour come out of the meal a little bit more if you use fresh rock. A chicken stock pot and also a chicken oxo cube. You'll be using half of the oxo cube and the whole of the stock pot. Something which I add to literally anything. I have a feeling I've actually added this to an omelette and eggs before, but I use garlic granules in everything just because I like my food really garlicky. And no meal would ever be complete without, of course, fry light. This is the garlic fry light. It's really good. Obviously, it's free on Slimming World, and all of the ingredients which I've shown you, and this recipe is entirely free on Slimming World, so it is sin free. You can have it with rice, jacket potatoes, pretty much anything that you want. So this is really good because it's got a lot of speed food in there with your protein, which is the chicken, which I'll get to in a second, and it's completely sin free. Before I forget, I also want to say thank you to Jane SW, because she actually reminded me about this meal when I was watching one of her lives. She's also done a video while she makes this as well. So have a little look at her video. The link is in the description below. So this is the first time I've actually used this pan while cooking alive. So let's see how it goes. I'm in the center of the living room almost here. Right, so what you need to do for this is obviously spray your pan with fry light. So I've used a few little sprays there. And then you want to add your chicken. There we go. It's just standard chicken breast cut up. You can use 2 chicken breasts. I'm just using 1 because this is just going to be for me. While you're doing this, you want to get the 5-spice powder in early. So you want to add a little bit, not too much of 5-spice powder. There we go. I'd say a bit too much. There you go. I'd say that's about right. You don't want to make it overly 5-spicy because no one wants that. And all you need to do then is just brown off the chicken. Once the chicken has been browned off for a while, take the chicken out of the pan, and then what you're going to want to do is put a bit more fry light on it, and then add your red onion and also the ginger and the garlic. And then you want to add your red onion, and you also want to add the ginger, and you want to add the garlic. The full recipe, of course, is linked in the description below, so make sure you check it out on the Pintrest website. So what you want to do is basically make all of the garlic, the ginger, the onion, you want to make it so that it's nice and kind of soft, not burnt. Obviously nobody wants burnt onion in their food, but you want to make it nice and soft, maybe so it's a little bit transparent. Once the onions have started to soften, then you want to add the peppers and the baby sweet corn. You can of course add some other ingredients as well, and you can have a look at the Pintrest website for you can add some spring onions and stuff like that as well. It's really entirely up to you. So have a little look at that. Look how colourful that is. It's so pretty and colourful. That's when you add the soy sauce. So I quite like a lot of soy sauce in my meal. There we go. I'm going to lower the heat on that a little bit, and then I add the Worcestershire sauce. The Worcestershire sauce. Every time I say it differently. So there we go. And then you want to add the vinegar. Now I'm using, like I said, balsamic vinegar, but you don't want to add too much of this. So just a little bit, just to give it a little bit of a more of a bitter flavour, because it is quite a sweet dish as it stands at the moment. And then what you want to do is you want to add 330 millilitres of this stuff, Pepsi Max Ginger. Like I said, you can of course use any of the Pepsi Maxes or Diet Pepsis, or you can use of course Fanta as well, Fanta Zero, which I've not actually used. There we go, that's about right. And now what you want to do is you want to let this simmer for around about 10 minutes with the lid off to make the vegetables and everything absorb all of this really nice Pepsi Max Ginger. While it's simmering, all you need to do then is add the chicken stock, which is easier said than done. Let me try. There we go. You know, again, I won these measuring spoons, I think, within my first 2 weeks of being at Slimming World, and I was like, oh, I'm never going to use half a teaspoon. Like, why am I going to, or a quarter? Why would anybody ever need to use that? I use it all the time now. It's weird. And then once you've added the chicken stock pot, then you want to add half a chicken stock cube. These are really difficult to cut in half, but there we go, roughly. And then just sprinkle that over the top, because that gives it the really nice chicken flavour that you're looking for to kind of balance the Pepsi Max and the sweetness there. Once you've done that, then you just let it simmer with the lid off for around about 10 minutes. Once the mixture has been cooking for around about 10 minutes or so and it starts to thicken up, then that's when you add the chicken, which you cooked earlier on. So you want to leave this now in here for around about another 10 minutes. Once the sauce has reached a nice thick consistency like this is when you take it off the heat and your Pepsi Max Ginger Chicken is ready. There it is, the Pepsi Max Ginger Chicken. It's so nice. It's like my favourite meal at the moment. And I also made some rice. This is literally just plain rice. I added a little bit of salt to the water, and then I added some sweet corn as well. Frozen sweet corn in with the rice while it's cooking. It's just such a simple, easy and quick meal, which is really tasty, and more importantly, it is sin-free. Have a look for the full recipe. The link is in the description below. Thank you very much for watching. If you haven't done so already, please like, comment and subscribe. And it is, of course, the Sunday weigh-in, so drop your gains, your losses, your tips and your tricks into the comment section below. And if you haven't done so already, please subscribe. Also, have a look at patreon.com/weighintime. The link is also in the description. Have an amazing morning, afternoon or evening whenever you're watching this, and I will catch you next time for another weigh-in time. I'll see you very soon.